What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. I received a shipment today for the Target exclusive Droids cartoon C-3PO, and it looks awfully nice. Before I dig into it, I have a couple of channel housekeeping notes. First, I want to say thank you to Gary Brooks, who is my latest Patreon supporter. I gave a graphic, in the lower corner in the last video, but I'd already recorded it, so I just kind of threw it up there. But I wanted to formally thank him for joining the Patreon ranks. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters for allowing me to make more and better videos. And as you also saw in my last video in a little graphic that I didn't actually speak about, I've got my website up and running, actionfiguregrader.com, and I do have t-shirts available for purchase. I've gotten so many requests. I'm not doing it to make a lot of money because I'm not making a lot of money on them. I'm making less than $5 a t-shirt on them. Okay, and all of that will go towards shipping costs for giveaways, things like that, and other kind of giveaways for the channel and for channel expenses. So I'm not making a lot of money on them. I'll tell you that much. But they are available for sale on actionfiguregrader.com. I think they ship them anywhere in the world. It's through Teespring. I actually got a pint glass on there as well, and I've actually sold one of those. Thank you, Chris, for buying, and thank you to everyone else who's bought t-shirts so far. I think I've sold 12 t-shirts. So somehow there's 12 of you that want to be walking billboards for the biggest nerd and the biggest loser on YouTube. So I appreciate that. I'm going to add more products as I can. I did just add a ladies t-shirt with the blue Action Figure Grader logo. So for those of you who have female fans, which I'm sure there are a lot of those because I am quite good looking and brave. But for those of you who want to pick up a t-shirt, go ahead. It's actionfiguregrader.com. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But anyway, let's go ahead and dig right in to this awesome Star Wars Droids. And I gave in on my store exclusive boycott, which lasted all of a month. And I did pre-order these from Target. And in all fairness, Target has always treated me well. I've never had any issues with Target exclusives. I'm still boycotting Walmart. I'm not going to buy anything from Walmart. I'd rather pick those up from trusted resellers for any future store exclusive. But Target treated me well, and I did get asked this by another Patreon subscriber, Scooby-Doo. Was it packed well? And surprisingly, the box was way too big. Way too. I ordered the limit of 2. And the box that it arrived in was gigantic, and it had one little flimsy piece of bubble wrap in there. So they were jostling around, and I could hear them jostling when I picked the box up off my front porch. And I was like, oh gosh, they're going to be beat up. But they're not. They actually turned out pretty good. They're both in kind of 85 plus condition. And so let's take a closer look at this. Obviously, I'm a mint on card collector, so I'm not going to be taking it off the card. And I do have some better close-ups at the end of this video in the outro. But it's got the beautiful Droids logo at the top there, the Adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO with the classic 1985-ish kind of style logo. We've got the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm there, that logo in the upper left. And what an awesome card back. As a friend and channel subscriber, Todd B, has pointed out, this figure is awfully small. And it's very similar in style to the Empire Strikes Back reissue that I had in my collection for a little while there, where I felt like the C-3PO is too small, and this one also looks too small to me. But the colors are incredible. Let's do a nice close-up so you can take a look at it. There are removable panels, and I'm sure that's going to be covered by other non-mint on card collectors at some point if they haven't already. There's the collector coin. But that card back is incredible, and they just do a fantastic job with it. I was surprised by the blister style that they use for these. It's just a oversized blister. It does have some kind of warning label information at the bottom there, but I was very impressed with how Target actually delivered these. Now the back of the card's where the action at. We got the R2-D2 in the same droid style kind of color scheme. Both of these should be arriving from Target any day now at my house. I've already been charged on my credit card, so I know they're coming. We've got the Boba Fett there. I also did get the Black Series Boba Fett pre-ordered, so that should be coming soon too. Here is the 50th anniversary Lucasfilm Limited timeline that we've seen And it's got all the different information there. We've got New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and then the Droids for 1983. What else we got here? We got Star Wars Legends. We got Episode 1, 2, and 3, Clone Wars. Lots of detailed information there, so that's kind of nice. It even has Rogue One and Solo there, and then the new trilogy. So anyway, otherwise, pretty standard card back. But I am excited about, obviously, the Boba Fett. Everyone is, and as we've talked about in all of my market updates for the Vintage Collection, this Boba Fett has just gone through the roof in price already on resale. Now, I was talking to Boss Bounty about this because I wanted to make sure I gave the correct information, or label it correctly when I sent these off to get graded. And I was like, Boss, do these technically count as the Vintage Collection? Because they're not numbered, as you can see here. It's just got the logo up here. And it doesn't say anywhere on the packaging that they're Vintage Collection. And, and as Boss pointed out to me, he's like, look, they've, all the marketing photo glamour shots that Hasbro released, they had the Vintage Collection in the, the lower left or lower right-hand corner that Hasbro put out. So I guess technically they are considered the Vintage Collection. They are 3 3/4, obviously, and they're using the C-3PO mold, just repainted, I would think. So the long story short is, yes, they're the consensus, according to Boss Bounty, among him and all the other folks that are much more in the know than me, is that these are Vintage Collection figures, even though they're not numbered, and there's nowhere on here that they're mentioned Vintage Collection, which makes sense. I mean, give me a break. I mean, they're all 3 3/4 with the same style. But I just absolutely love these. I know they're repaints, but the packaging, the coin, everything about it, the card back, the art, just screams an item that is going to be collectible. So you got to get these, I think, and I'm really happy I got 2 of them. The second one is actually, the card back is in better shape, but it has this tracking, target sticker on the back. Unfortunately, I don't know why, given that I pre-ordered these, that this one made the sticker. But the actual card back for this one is in much better condition, so that's why it's staying in the star case. Even though this is something I get asked a lot, and I figured now's probably a good time to mention it, that store price stickers, as long as they're not peeled or messed with, they don't affect the grading. It affects the aesthetics, but the fact that it's on the back, helps a little bit. But that should not affect the grading, and I anticipate, we'll find out in 6 months or however long it takes, I anticipate that this one will grade higher than this one, because this one it seems to be in better shape, and it might only be a few decimal points difference, but I think this one will grade an 85 plus, and then this one will grade a 90. Maybe I'm wrong, because the issue is that because they were in the packaging or in the box that was too big, is that the blister did get some scuffs on it. You can see right here in the light there. Again, I'm being super picky overall, considering that these came from Target. You can see the scuffs right there. Given that these came direct from Target and I paid, retail for them, I am not complaining. I'm really, really happy. And Walmart needs to take some lessons from Target in terms of how to deliver the products to the consumer. The other thing I'll mention is that the card backs are not thick. They're not super thick like the Antok Merrick that we talked about in a recent video. So you can see some light edge wear there. So these did not get the thicker card backs, unfortunately, that the Antok Merrick did. But and I know that the Clone Wars Walmart exclusives that are the animated style Clone Wars that are coming out, whatever, they're already starting to come out. I've seen some yak face Instagram posts from stores and from conventions where those have been available for purchase. So those also did not get the thicker card backs. So, but hopefully, most of the waves that are coming out next year and the pre-orders that we're already paying for or reserving right now will have those thicker card backs. But let's do one quick final zoom of this amazing Target exclusive C-3PO. It's just a really special one, and I'm glad I picked it up. And thank you to Target for delivering them in such good condition. Hopefully we'll the rest of the ones that I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered, like I said, 2 of each of the R2-D2, the 3 3/4 inch Boba Fett, and then 2 of the Black Series Droids Boba Fett. And I hope that they all come in as good a shape as these came in. That's all I really had for this video. Again, thank you to Gary and to the rest of my Patreon supporters. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. giving this video a like and a comment below. And I really appreciate everyone watching. Hope everyone's having a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.